Welcome to the world of ability. My name is Sue Ruskoff, and we are so happy to be here on this awesome day today. It is Saturday, November 11th. What does that mean? It's Veterans Day. So we are excited to not only celebrate the world of ability in the context that we normally do, but to make sure to have a special recognition and appreciation for all of our veterans out there. One thing I want to make sure to mention is Project Die Hard. We love Project Die Hard. They are doing so many good things, and it is a huge month for them. Not only do we want to say thank you and share that appreciation in what their mission is, we also want to make sure to share two things. Number one, the Mission Monday is back. So on Mondays, we are back on at 6:30 Central, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We have a live podcast going on that is Project Die Hard Mission Monday. All of the updates, all of the awesome things going on with Project Die Hard is being shared there. So if you want to know what the latest and greatest news is, that's where to find it. And for those that don't know what Project Die Hard is, it is an amazing veteran organization that is headquartered in Paducah, Kentucky, and they have their first location, which is in Makanda, Illinois. It is Forward Operating Base Rush, FOB Rush. It is a 20-acre property with a large building on the grounds there that is large enough that it can house several individual veterans and also a couple of families. And they are opening. Did you hear me? They're finally opening after all the time and all the effort and all the things that have gone in to make this finally be a reality where they can say our doors are open. There is a huge event going on in just a couple weeks. It's on November 28th, where they're having a big event on the grounds there at the location, and it's beginning. The mission can finally take place here, that where they can help veterans. The biggest thing that they are able to do is to help those that are in that transition point. They're getting done with their active duty. They've done all their wonderful service for all of us, for our country, and now it's time to get back to what we're used to here at everyday life. That's a big transition to go from what they were doing in the military to reestablish what am I doing now? What, that I don't know that everybody really thinks about that part, that's a massive transition in life. And
Yeah.
to think that they can just be like, okay, go figure it out. No. They we need to help them because they've helped us. It's our turn to turn around and say, okay, what can we do to help you to get your feet on the ground and get you ready to go? What do you need? So that's where FOB Rush comes into play here. Project Die Hard has a location where you can come, you can stay for a while. It could be up to a year if need be. You can stay with us and we will help you get you where you need to be so that you can be back in. You've been a productive member of the military. Time to become a productive member of society again here on this side, right? So it's amazing. It is finally happening, and again, that date is November 28th, where they're having this big event. Volunteers are needed. If you are anywhere close to Makanda, Illinois, where you can go and actually lend a hand on site and see the place yourself and be of service that day, they could use your help. And again, Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Central is when you can hear all the updates on Monday Mission. So thank you again to what is happening at that site, to Brian Gibson, founder of the organization. Thank you. We appreciate you so much and all that you're doing. We also want to show our appreciation to the Veterans Ranch. That is another organization that we are very familiar with. They are located in Florida. I know they are working on moving to another location in Texas. They provide equine therapy for veterans. Massive, wonderful organization. If you are not familiar with them, get familiar with them. They're doing some amazing things as well. I know we do a lot with Happy Neighborhood Project and have met some amazing people, which we're going to be bringing in here soon. Several that we have met through that organization. So again, all the veterans associated with Happy Neighborhood Project, thank you. We appreciate you, and we celebrate you today. Now, next thing, I'm going to bring Emily in. She has some updates to share with everyone as well. There's some good things going on amazing things going on with the Disability Channel and an event coming up with them. And she has a recap of the conference that she's been so involved in that took place last weekend. So, Emily, come on in and give us some updates. So, over to you.
So, the Disability Channel is having a fundraiser. Our fundraising event coming up here in just a few weeks on December 1st. Doors are open from 6 p.m. to noon Eastern time. There's going to be a silent auction, door prizes, music, dancing, other prizes, and the music group Freedom Train is going to be there. They're being featured. So I encourage everybody to help us support the Disability Channel and everything they do for veterans and people with disabilities, and among other things. And so with the conference, last Saturday and Sunday, we had our fifth annual Integral Autism Conference. And which was on Zoom, due to COVID, but it was well attended, and it didn't go really well. And so if anybody is looking to help, just let me know or be involved. It's about kind of bringing the disability community and the people not having a disability kind of together to be able to kind of communicate and learn each other's strengths and just be able to kind of communicate better. And so that's what my couple updates here. But I am going to bring in one person here named Derek, one of our few great guests today. So Derek, do you want to in here? Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you, Sue. Whoever did that. So Derek, if you'd like to maybe sort of introduce yourself a little bit and say kind of what you had said before, if anything.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me. I like being called a great guest. I think I'm gonna put that on my business card. What do you do for a living? I am a great guest.
I love that.
So I'm Derek Espalos with Supporting Strategies. I do bookkeeping and solve all your financial problems. Except, yeah, let me clarify that. I solve all your business financial problems. What you do at home, that's a whole different mess. But yeah, I mean, I love what's being said here about the veterans. I just want to do some shout outs to some of the veterans in my life. My brothers-in-law, Saul Olivas and Luis Limon, both in the U.S. Army. A dear mentor of mine who is now a veteran, Teno Navarro. When he transitioned out, he ended up working with the Boy Scouts, and then he helped my directionalist life out a lot, and he helped me find some purpose. He helped me get into accounting, so I don't know if I should be thanking him or cursing at him right now. And then and then I have some good friends, Ed Franklin, who is a colleague of mine. I'm working on my PhD. He's in the same program. A lot of people say "No Man Left Behind." Like when he says it and he puts the work behind it, you see it. Like when he says that phrase, I have no doubt I am in good hands with him. He is such an amazing person. He has great, amazing stories from his time in service. And then Trip Haverly, who's another one of my colleagues in our doctoral program, who's doing some great research on transitioning veterans and how their skill sets really help the construction industry. So as a bookkeeper, I do want to invite those who are veterans to contact me as you're transitioning, trying to figure out what to do in civilian life. I would love to help you set up a business, help you find maybe a franchise. So that's a great way to start, is getting to a franchise and finding what's going to make your life uh, feel good, not only on the inside, but for your family. Just doing what I can, because I'm not someone that would be in the military. Doing what I can to support you. So feel free to contact me. My consultation for you is absolutely free. So don't hesitate to reach out. And I'm for those of you that happen to be in the Tucson area, I am a commissioner on the Disability Initiative board here in Tucson, Arizona, appointed by Mayor Regina Romero. And my job is to take your perspective and what you have to go through as a disabled veteran or just a disabled person in general and relay that to the city so that changes can be made. A lot of times things are built without people without disabilities in mind, because we just figure, oh, we'll put in a ramp. Yeah, but that ramp's nearly straight up and down, so it doesn't help me push my wheelchair up it. Or like these lovely scooters that are popping up everywhere, but they block the sidewalk. So how is someone in a wheelchair supposed to? Little tax trivia, because I know that's what you all wanted today. So when you're filling out your 1040, there's an extra little space there that if you're blind, you can click to get a deduction. The reason that came about was because of veterans. After World War II, the number one injury that they were seeing coming back from war was visual impairment and blindness. And that's why there's that extra little deduction there. So if, feel free to reach out. I love to help, and I love the work that's being done here. So thanks for letting me say a little spiel.
So I'm so glad you're here, Derek. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Emily, actually, you want to bring in our next guest?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go to Mary Crawford, or I think you're in medicine, Mary.
Yes, I am. I'm in Madison. Yeah.
And she has her own organization called The Joy of Being Well, as an energy healer, nutrition coach, animal communication. So, well, Mary, what you can say maybe a little more about who you are, what you do.
Thanks, Emily. I appreciate it.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, thank you. You got it. Yeah, energy coach, healer, nutrition coach. Basically, I talk to bodies and bodies tell me what they want. My biggest thing right now, though, is really helping people through this organization to release trauma energy. I mean, there's so many of our veterans who are coming back with just, anxiety, depression, fear, trauma, and I have ways to help them detach the emotional triggers from those events so that they can get on with a normal, happy life. And that's what I love doing. So, yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. Worked with just all kinds of things, all kinds of events, and yeah, I love doing the work. I also talk to animals. So if you have those canine friends who've also been in service, maybe they have some trauma and they can tell me what it's about and we can help them get rid of it as well. So yeah, it's fun work. I don't know if fun is the right word, but it's exciting work because it really can make a difference for people. And I love doing it. And I do have a free discovery call that anybody can get on and spend a half hour with me and just find out, what I might be able to do for you and get your life back where you want it to be. So that's kind of what I do.
Excellent. I love it. Thank you. And we'll dive in a little bit more here. But first, Emily, I know we do have at least one more guest here. You want to go ahead and bring in our next guest?
Hey, so Marianne Ambrose, or Marianne of Waikiki. I think all three of you, we believe we met through that, three of you met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. But but Marianne is an author, app developer, among other things, sign language interpreter. So, Marianne, can you say a little bit about who you are, your project, and so on?
Well, hola from San Carlos, Mexico. Can you hear me? Yes, great. Well, we're having beautiful weather here. It's cooled down, and many people have been returning from the mainland for their winter months, and people have been setting up their bazaars. So it's great and exciting movement down here. And speaking of movements, we really want to appreciate everybody, the veterans, for being of service throughout the years, and the Disability Channel and World of Ability Channel and Happy Neighborhood Projects, and Kurt and Emily for all your support with all your veterans projects that we've met through over the years. And yes, I'm Marianne Ambrose. I go by Marianne of Waikiki. It's my sign language name, my book author name. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness book series, featuring 200 folk manus puppets, with a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. And I have a background in hearing loss and audiology, so we support our veterans to make sure that they have the best hearing health, they have the best amplification through their lifetime, and the benefit of sign language for communication skills. And everybody needs sign language at some point in time, starting out as a baby, teaching, thirsty, I'm hungry, change my diaper, mommy and daddy, to maybe we may be bedridden and need to point to a nurse to say, hey, I need to use the restroom or baño over here in Mexico here. So I quickly want to share my story a little bit here. We went down yesterday to learn more about our healthcare information here in Mexico. They're building a new San Jose hospital. And I went down to find out my insurance. And I'm also suffering from a hearing loss in my right ear because I have an earwax buildup, and it's been bothering my some pain. And we've had a major weather shift last night. It got cold. But anyway, so they told me to come down to do open enrollment. Well, guess what? 2 doctors actually got me in, and they irrigated my ear. So I'm a lot happier. They wrote me a prescription for peroxide, which was fine. I went to the pharmacy and said, come back on Monday, because it's still in there. And I said, wow, wonderful. How much do I owe you? They said 100 pesos, which is $5. Amazing. So I was talking to the 2 doctors. I asked how Hawaii was. And through my journey, I went to visit Hawaii on a healing journey myself after being in an auto accident. And I got to live on a nice sailboat, and I interpreted for a deaf man for over a decade, who relocated to San Diego, who became a veterinary assistant. I also had the opportunity to be part of a veteran, a Navy veteran, who cleaned up the explosives around the Hawaiian Islands, Guam, Puerto Rico, worldwide. I was his partner for several years. I got to sail with him and do a book signing tour in Southwest Florida, Virginia. And I got to actually sail through the ICW canal, through the Navy base. And my mouth dropped just with the fleet of ships there, and going up in a nice, beautiful Beneteau and going, wow, I'm really blessed of where I was at. So we thank everybody for being of service. So yes, so it's been an amazing day. And through the journey, so Derek has a whale puppet there. It's a folk manus puppet, which is I created a story for ocean cleanup while living on the sailboat. This huge garbage patch was floating around Hawaii and California, and there's several worldwide. And this garbage would be ending up at our sailboats in the marina, all over the islands. It's all over the world. And there's great, amazing ocean cleanup organizations such as Boyd and Slat, who has created a gyra that has sweeping up all this garbage. In my book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, it's originally written for Animal Planet TV show Tank. It is an animation movie, and we feature Captain Moore from Al Jalita. Captain Moore in 1999 recognized the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California, and we recognize this. So this is a story that I'm kind of leaving a legacy about myself after my personal, working with the deaf community 30 some years ago in Michigan and acquiring a hearing loss through a car accident and other physical neck and back, vertigo, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, which is also being recognized as a disability to get benefits through Social Security. And so all veterans are able to get that and hearing aids as well. So as the story goes, Noah is down visiting on a Hawaiian vacation, and they have a glow in the dark party. And he meets King Octo the Eighth, who teaches the sign of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. So if you want to join me again, I'll teach you that in the book too. So this is the sign for peace, love, hold yourself, hug yourself, because we need the minimum of 20 hugs a day. 8 to survive, but 20 really to maintain our mental health and everything. So hug yourself, thank yourself, appreciate it. So peace, love, happiness is up here from the heart, lifting up, and I am happy. And I am happy that I met everybody through the Happy Neighborhood Projects with Edwin Edaberry, who happens to have his birthday today, I heard. And I was a co-host in Hawaii. I also transferred over to be the sign language interpreter through H&P. And what a great opportunity I had during the lockdown of the pandemic. I also used the pandemic money to federally trademark the Acts of Kindness series with Dr. Liddy in Florida, and created app games to go along with online courses for each chapters of the books. So you can visit the website at www.actsofkindnessseries.com. You can meet the characters. So the characters again is Noah, the hard of hearing whale. And we have Shaka, the sign language shark, who's very sharp at reading sign language skills. We have Flip and Flop, our alpha service dolphins. And we also have a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army. And the General of the New Earth Army recruits Noah, the hard of hearing whale, to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. Just like military moms and dads go to be of service, and they're away from their families. And so it's a beautiful story. Again, we have angelic music, Lucy in the Perfect Wave. Sue, if you could open up one of those apps too, there you can actually see Noah and the Coast Guard there. So we want to thank the Coast Guard because they're being of service too. They're veterans out there protecting our motherland with the Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, and it's an online game to go with it to count how many life jackets are there floating in the channel where Noah loses his hearing. But now Noah meets a hermit crab named Dr. Fingers. There you go, count the life jackets. He meets Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, and learn the ASL alphabet. And he realizes what kind of life is he going to have? How is he going to feed his family? He's becoming a new father, and his wife and his parents are there. So he gets rehabilitated in the rehab clinic and meets an angelfish named Angelina Joyful Lay. And so then he's off, recruited to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And I expressed the statistics that Captain Moore recognized in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And Noah then is reunited after exhausting, travel, swimming with all these sea creatures to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. They have, protests. We're not going to take this anymore. And then he's relocated with his wife, and they have the birth of their first baby. And it's a beautiful story. And the soundtrack there is by Lucy and the Perfect Wave. Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins. So I was able to go into the studio in Manoa Valley, Hawaii, where they recorded the albums to record the book into Audible during the pandemic. So you can go on to Amazon and request the book, and you can hear my voice reading it, and you can hear the soundtrack. If not, you can go online and Google Lucy and the Perfect Wave and listen to the music itself. And again, it's a beautiful story. And the good news is that all classroom teachers can receive copies of my books from an organization called Donors Choose. Now, how did I find that out? When I returned from my sailing book signing tour from Southwest Florida to Virginia, Marilyn Rogers told me about Donors Choose, and she requested 50 books. And within 2 weeks, she was funded. And Amazon sent out 50 books to them. They read the stories, and I went out and did a presentation just like this with Sue. Thank you so much for guiding me with this, and taught the finger spelling alphabet. We passed around the puppets. We talked about ocean cleanup, and the principal and the other special education teachers were very excited, and everybody wins. So again, everybody wins with donorschoose.org. So whale watching season is coming up, winter solstice, next month, December 21st. So promoting now the book Underwater Acts of Kindness. I'm setting up podcasts. And so again, thank you so much for having me here. And that's the instructions there. You can play the games. It's fun. It's free. It's for all ages of the heart. And I had the opportunity to meet with the audiologists up at Tripler Army Medical Hospital through my journey in Hawaii. And the idea was to get grant funding, because if military moms and dads were overseas across the world and their children are reading these books through the United States, they could Skype back and forth and talk about ocean cleanup and learning finger spelling alphabet at their own speed, and share that with their families, their grandma, their tutus, what we call it, all different things. And we are so thankful that Kurt has introduced us to Helpopedia with Phil and Maury, who introduced me to DeepL. And DeepL is an app that will help me be able to translate the books into 30 languages, starting with Espanol, Spanish. So I was telling that to the doctors there while they were irrigating my ears, showing them the app games. And yeah, so I have a little bit of my hearing coming back again. So as a hearing specialist, don't put things in your ears, such as Q-tips. They don't usually irrigate at doctor's offices, but they did here. And it was just a basic peroxide. And I'm going to have to go back again and make sure that you do have your ears checked out, because this can happen. And it just happened to my captain of the sailboat who returned. His hearing aid, part of his hearing aid got caught in his ear and he couldn't hear. So they had to take it out. So do not hesitate to go see a medical trained physician to look inside your ears, because it's going to benefit the world for you. And I want to give another shout out to Steve Ramona, who had us on about a month ago, Leon McLaughlin and I, for Clean Water Foundation. And he told us about Dome Audio, and they're a new Apple developer, so to speak, that has created headphones for the deaf and hard of hearing community. And they did they went out to the Gallaudet University to show the deaf community, and it's just amazing. So we had links, and yes, the world is going to be changing. It's going to be a real game changer with people with a hearing loss, and it's exciting stuff. So thank you so much for having me here on the World of Ability. Again, the book is Underwater Acts of Kindness. All classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of the books from Donors Choose. There's online courses for 10 out of 11 app games have been approved so far. Still finding funding so we can continue that and to bring the books into animation movies. We have a song and dance contest by Noah the Hard of Hearing Whale. And we're also on the Happy Neighborhood Book Club. So Derek, can you tell me, I sent you the book. I know you guys have read this probably a year or so ago. You want to give me any feedback here, any shout out? And again, happy Veterans Day. Again, thank you for everybody for being of service. And you guys are doing amazing things. Mahalo. Adios.
Well, obviously my little friend here loved it. And I did too. It's just a good story. It's cute. And I read it with my little friend here because it makes life fun. And I think a lot of times we get too serious. And so not only is it a good story for children and students, but for adults too, to kind of just be able to I think we also need to be reminded to be kind, but also just have fun with it and enjoy, enjoy being silly and enjoy playing with puppets. And just to have a good time. So yeah, I probably gonna download the apps a little later today and count some life jackets.
Awesome. I know.
Okay, so
One of the things that's always fun to hear, one thing I've heard often is what's fun gets done. And when you make it fun like that, it just you gravitate towards it. Then it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
So right, so I see that we have another one of our friends on here.
Debbie.
Debbie Hayes, who's out in the Arizona area, just like Derek, and she has or is working with an organization that does treats like pet treats, but they also do like human treats.
They have coffee.
With a certain kind of mushrooms and so on. So bring Debbie in here. Hi, Debbie.
I am. Thank you.
So if you want to say a little bit about who you are, what you do.
It doesn't
For
show that.
everybody else here.
Me?
We can hear you.
Okay. I had texted Kurt because my football game is in a crucial minute here.
It's Saturday.
When I got on and muted blocked myself and heck. Anyway, so I'm trying to find out how the football game ends up, but oh well. Anyway, I did commit that I would be here at 1:00.
We're so glad you're here. We don't want to interrupt football though, because I get that.
It's I mean, they played horrible until just like the third quarter, and now they're down by 3 and they're knocking at the door of scoring.
And who are you watching right now?
Kansas, of course.
Kansas, yep.
Michigan, that's not who I meant to have. Yeah, I'm watching my Jayhawks. And there they are. Okay, there's like less than a minute left, and there's a chance that they'll either tie it or win it. So
excellent. Well, if you would like to enjoy the game and then come on in when that's done, that is totally fine.
that's fine. Hi, Derek. Hi, Marianne, if you're still here.
Hi, Debbie.
Hola.
Derek, I had contacted Marianne thinking about your school, and apparently you had already been in touch with her before that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I should have told you who I was contacting, and then you would have said, "Oh yeah, I know all about that already." But I mean, it doesn't matter. But
I'm still working on my communication skills. So Marianne, if you could write a book on how how children can communicate better, because really I'm just a child. I'm really a 5-year-old in a 48-year-old body.
got it.
We all feel that way at times, right? Absolutely. Yeah, I love that.
Okay. Oh, 4th and goal. This is going to be it.
You said your football game. I thought you were watching the U of A game.
No. You didn't know I'm a Kansas alumni?
No. I just assume if you're in the Tucson area, you're a U of A person.
They just tied it, 13-13.
Oh, it's getting exciting.
Yeah.
Can we do a screen with the game on? Can we get a little square with?
Ooh.
That's a great one. I mean, I've got it on my phone. I did have it on the tablet. Now I've got you guys on the tablet, and I've got the game on the phone. So at least my priorities are somewhat okay. So yeah. So Tommy's not on here, right? I don't know
Not here yet.
anybody but myself and the speaker on the tablet yet. This is a new device for me, and I'm still learning. So anyway, okay. So I had suggested to Tommy that he come on as well, because I told Kurt I wanted to share how to make life insurance fun. And yeah, please laugh because I mean, it is pretty funny to think that it could be that could happen. But on HNP, when you see Tommy's thing, just coincidentally, he has this policy, some details about this policy that I have. And I didn't get it from him. I got it before I started with HNP. But first of all, I just ordered my third Apple Watch through them. And they have their program is that if I won't go into the details, but if you get 500 exercise points a month, they make your watch payment.
Wow.
Ooh.
So the first couple of years before I had my car accident in July of 2022, I had missed like maybe a couple of months because I got sick and I didn't because it's like in gradations. You can either get it free, you can pay the whole thing, or there's two other amounts in between for a certain number of exercise points. So it's good because it keeps you moving, but obviously it's a benefit because, you know, because you can upgrade your watch. So in 2 years, it's paid, and whether you pay part of it or whether they do. But the highest payment is like $15.50 a month. So it's not something that's really going to break somebody if they don't do it. But hopefully they do the exercise part. So like today, I ordered it and I paid $57 for the 2 years. That was $25 to them and shipping. And that was
amazing.
Everything else is dependent on my exercising. So some of the other things, you can get points for different levels from bronze up through platinum. If you've been platinum and done, what do they call it? Vitality health check or something like that for 3 years, then you get Amazon Prime for free. I mean, I don't pay for Amazon Prime generally, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to have it and use it, right? So the other thing, going back to the workouts, the company gives you a goal of how many points you should get per week. And it starts out at 60, and every time you make it, then it's 10 more. I'm going to be 120 next week, and that's going to be harder for me, but because the advanced workouts I usually get when I go to the pool, and I have to come into Tucson from town to go from my house to go to the pool. Anyway, when you make that goal, then you get to spin the wheel, and the wheel has either gift cards or points toward your platinum level. So I would say that I've gotten probably $300 or more in gift cards. I take Amazon usually unless I forget to change it and it goes to Starbucks. That's happened a couple times, but yeah. So you can earn gift cards with that. I mean, so it is fun, because I mean, then they have this game called Vitality Squares, and it's obviously always available on the first day of the month. And it's not really like bingo, but it's a bunch of squares. And when you click on the square, either a junk food comes up or a fruit. Obviously, it's like find the fruit and get the loot. That's their little tagline for it. So the most you can get is if you find 6 fruit, and it's $125 gift card. I've never gotten the next one down is, I think, a $25 gift card. I did get that once if you find 5. But you just click on them. So I'm telling you, a gambler made up this policy. Or made up this program, not the policy itself. That's what I always think. But yeah, so that can be for your weekly goal, that you can get one of those gift cards or points. And then you get points. You always get points if you find at least 1 fruit. And then you get a gift card from $5 up to $125. They have a discount for certain grocery stores. I know Kroger. Oh geez. I think it's 10% off, but it might be 20% off in the produce.
They get you buying the right things to keep you healthy.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that in addition to the produce, they have these prepackaged stuff. So but it's just certain, it's just certain foods that is at a discount for that week or month, whatever. We don't ever get that. We only get the fruit, from the produce. But that's
Does a
good
Twinkie count as produce because it looks kind of sort of like a banana?
What?
Does a Twinkie count as produce because it kind of looks like a banana?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. So anyway, I wanted to share that because I don't know. To me, having life insurance be fun, I think it's a plus. Now, I did have somebody. You always get life insurance people that, oh, can I look at your policy? And I did get somebody that looked at the policy and said, it's probably not the best cash value that you could get. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I like what I'm doing. And I'm fortunate because my kids both have good incomes and they don't care if I leave them money or not. So there probably will be money, but hopefully there will be, because the alternative is long-term care, because it's packaged in there also. And I hope to not have to use it. But anyway, that's it. It's John Hancock Vitality Program, if anybody wants to check it out. And like I said, I was hoping Tommy would show up because he could tell more about the ins and outs of the program itself, because all I know is the fun stuff.
If your kids don't need the money, I'll take it.
You can adopt him.
I'm local. They kind of
That's true. You're local.
Part of what's fun with that too, you're talking about getting moving. One of the things we do every day, and I know you've started to join us now too, is the 12 o'clock shakedown. So if you've never heard of the 12 o'clock shakedown, it sounds kind of goofy, but you know what? The whole point is to get moving. It is 15 minutes of music in motion. And we call it the 12 o'clock shakedown because it's at noon central, because that's where we're located. The guy who started this is in Madison, Wisconsin, so central time zone. He made a commitment that at 12 o'clock noon, and this all started during COVID because we're all at home, and the whole idea of connecting with people, keeping moving. He happens to be an individual with a disability that, if he's not moving and actually being somewhat active, that he loses his mobility. He's actually reached a point back now that we're back, back to kind of normal, right? He's active enough that he's not on it with us anymore because that's too much activity, and that's also a negative. So I've been leading it for the last, it's been over a year now, actually. And we literally are on for 15 minutes. And it's called the shakedown because he started it out with, you have shakers in your hands and you can make your own. You can take like a container, even like an old pill bottle, put some rice in there, make a shaker. So when we're doing stuff, we're literally shaking. And I'm going to share a quick picture here because one of the guys who joins us every day too, Mark, he is amazing. And he creates his background every day is whatever we're celebrating today. Today happens to be Veterans Day. This literally is what I took as a picture a couple hours ago. So we're celebrating Veterans Day. He usually has some celebrity birthdays as well. And since it's 15 minutes of music and motion, he picks out people in the music industry who happen to be celebrating a birthday today. But I can share with you then that it is Bashing Day. It is Happy Origami Day. Behind him in that red box is Pocky sticks. So it's Pocky Day. And actually what's really speaking to me right now is what's over his other shoulder. It's National Sunday Day. So if you need an excuse to have a Sunday today, now you got it, because it is National Sunday Day. Even it's Saturday, but this is the other kind of Sunday. And you can see on the top there's a whole bunch of us that are in the Zoom room as well. You can see the kitty cat in the corner too. Mo likes to join us. We love Mo. Mo makes an appearance every so often. But that is what we do. And if anybody would ever want to join us, it is open for anyone to join us on Zoom. Or if you're not available right at noon Central, we are live streaming this. We always live stream it to Facebook. There's a Facebook group for the 12 o'clock shakedown. It's on there. You'll see it if you want to go back and see any of those that we've done for the last, I don't know, 3 years. They're all on there. So if you miss it as a live thing that day, you can still go there and get it and enjoy it when it works best for you. Or if you know what, I'm doing it from work. I'm actually at my desk and I make a point of at 12 o'clock, I take a break. I close my door so I'm not too loud. But it really does get my energy level back up and moving, because a lot of times I do end up kind of stuck at my computer. Aren't we all? We're at a computer now, looking at each other on our screens. And it makes a difference to get up, get moving, and get that blood flowing again. All of a sudden, there's more energy. It picks up my day. And I can't say enough good things about it. That's why I'm still doing it. We're doing it every day at 12 o'clock noon. So there's those rare days where I can't make it, but we have others in the group that will take a turn then to lead and do all that too. So everyone's invited. We just need to let you know what the link is. If you want to get on Zoom, shout out to us and we will get you that link. We don't want to like publish it out there, so because we don't want Zoom bombers hopping in, because that, you know, we've experienced that, right? That happens. But we're happy to share the link with whoever would like to join us. So I just want to get a chance to share that out there and put that invitation out for anyone and everyone.
And you see me setting my watch. So I set it to my exercise mode when we do the shakedown.
Excellent.
So the days that I do swimming, I really don't need that extra, the extra exercise, but I do need it and need it to be documented on the days that I'm getting on with you guys. So
awesome.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
I'm going to put on my accounting hat on for just a second, because Debbie mentioned something that I love. I love that you said it, and I think it's important. But before that, I would just have to say, like, I love life insurance because it's the only thing that makes accounting seem exciting. So the more life insurance people that are out there, I love them. But the thing that really popped out, that what you said, Debbie, was like, yeah, people pointed out I can make more money with this other product, but I'm happy with this one. And I think that's so important. Like, a lot of times we think of, we have to get the most money of something. Well, if I like something for whatever reason, I'd like the little logo. My wife does that all the time. This had the cuter logo. Like, let's just get it. All right. But I think we forget that we're allowed to be happy. So a lot of times I say, like, happiness is a currency. Like, if I'm going to pay for something, like, and I think it's strange that people feel the need to tell, like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. I'm happy. Like, I'm good. Like, if I'm paying whatever amount, that's great. Like, that's what I'm paying to be happy. And if I'd rather make less money, but like the interaction with the product, because that sounds fun. Like, that sounds a lot more fun than a stack of paper for a life insurance policy. Like, yeah, like getting a little bit less money is a lot more valuable than whatever dollars are coming in. And so, like, I love that, because I think we need to pay more attention to what makes us happy, instead of like, how am I gonna maximize something. Maximization's so boring. Like, what is going to make you happy, as opposed to like, and what aligns with your life and your value, instead of just like, let's make the most money, because like, really, we can do that. That's easy. But like, feeling good at the end of the day is a lot more difficult, but a lot more rewarding.
I love that. I know with what Mary's here too. I know a lot with what she does ties right into this. I do want to touch on that again here. I'm going to bring it back around, but I see Leanne has joined us. I want to give Leanne a chance to say hello, and don't let me not come. Mary, get me at the end of after Leanne gives his update. I want to tie that back together, because I love what you guys are saying here. So Marianne, did you want to actually introduce Leanne? I know you have him in your background right now. So for anyone who can see Marianne's background, that is Leanne in the picture there with her. So Marianne, why don't you go ahead?
Hi, Leon, are you on? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I have a picture of us in Honolulu, Hawaii when we met. And I met Leon. He is the Clean Water Foundation out of Seattle, Washington. He creates filters and brings it to 40 different countries. He's been recognized by the United Nations and a repeat year of 5 years with Bill Gates Foundation. He's donated 2 filters to the island of Maui through the Maui schools and the fires. And I am creating a sequel book called Cool Acts of Kindness featuring Waterflow, the whale. And FLOW is the acronym, FLOW, is for the love of water. He's done amazing fundraisings throughout the years, past the summer in Beverly Hills for the Navajo Hopi community in Arizona, and he's got many other events. So Leon, it's Veterans Day. We're giving a shout out to your veterans. Please tell us what you have done for the community of veterans, what you're up to.
Yeah, and just want to give a shout out, like you said, to all the great veterans that served our country to keep the freedom of all of us alive, which is wonderful. And yeah, what we're doing with the Water for Children projects, and especially the Hopi and Navajo, and we just sent water units to Gambia, West Africa about a month ago, and 200 children and their families now have clean, fresh drinking water. We're sending over 100 filters to the more filters to the Hopi and Navajo reservation, and they're really happy because of the arsenic and uranium that they have in their water, which they're drinking this poison water, and the average lifespan is 45 years because of the cancers that they get by drinking this contaminated water. So we're really happy that next week we'll be doing a big photo shoot sending over 100 filters to the Hopi and Navajo reservation, which is really great. That means each filter can provide 50 people with clean, fresh drinking water. And we've done that with our global giving project that we have. And that's from people all over the world donating, where we were able to get these filters to send to them next week. So we'll be doing a big photo shoot. We're also going to be doing a fundraiser with Babies of Homelessness here, organization here in the U.S. that will be having a fundraiser where we'll split the proceeds for Babies of Homeless and Water for Children for the Hopi and Navajo tribe. And we're meeting December 15th to probably have that fundraiser in the spring. We're looking at the May 18th date for that, which will be great. And, you know, it's nice that we're joining up with different organizations to not only bring water for the Hopi and Navajo, but for children right here in America to have diapers, formula, that type of stuff. So we're really happy about this new partnership with Babies of Homelessness. And if anybody would like to come to our website, join us, any artists, because we're going to have a big event at this place called the Heritage House. They can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. That's www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. So if anybody would like to join us, tech people that would give us information, help us with AI, singers, anyone, we open the doors, or donate like $150 is able to provide 50 people with drinking water. We're a nonprofit organization, so you get a tax write-off. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and we're promoting Mariana's book, Waterflow. We're also working with some private equity companies that we may be getting funding to really push our program and our latest project with Mariana and the Waterflow to actually have more advertising on that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Great things happening. Like I said, next week we'll be sending those water filters out. They're really happy, the Hopi and Navajo reservation, because the children have clean, fresh drinking water, and we keep on going on. And like you said, like to thank our veterans for all the great work that they've done here in the U.S. and around the world.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Leon. It is always so fun to hear the amazing impact you're making on so many people's lives. Can't thank you enough for all that you are sharing with us and all that you're doing. A lot of people talk a big talk, but you're actually doing the work. You are doing it. You are making that difference. So we really appreciate you, Leon. And thank you for being here and sharing all the awesome things that are coming and all the amazing things you've done.
Yeah, thank you, Sue. And yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff that we've done and people that we have met been through your show, also with Emily and those guys. So, you know, we've connected up with a lot of people just, you know, through your event alone. So, and your show alone. So, you know, working together works. That's what it proves.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much, Leon. Yeah, anything we can do, we're here. It is all about the world of ability. And the thing that stood out that I heard that I know you've said before, but it's like, wait a second, because of the water, the life expectancy is 45.
Yes.
What?
For the average
Wow.
lifespan, because of the contaminated water on the Hopi and Navajo. So the average person only live, they have children getting cancers at 16 years old because the mining companies came in there and took their water and polluted it with this uranium. The uranium mining companies, polluted the water, and now they got uranium and arsenic in their water. So when they drink that contaminated water, they get cancers at 16 years old. So the average lifespan is like 45 years old. Yeah.
Amazing.
Half the life of us.
I have a question for Leon. When I was on the island of Oahu in Hawaii, before we left, the Red Hill military bases were experiencing contaminated water. And do you have any updates on that since it's Veterans Day? Because many families were displaced because of the military base and their water flow over there.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't had any update. And look at Camp Lejeune. So all this stuff is finally coming out. See, the thing is that it's kind of like too late. Okay, we gonna pay you, but if you've been drinking contaminated water for 20 years and didn't know it, look what that has done to your body. So the same thing with Camp Lejeune, same thing with Flint, Michigan, and Mississippi. They finding out the same thing. So, you know, these filters is definitely needed, and to put treatment plants. We're actually looking at putting a water treatment plant. I mean, the filter is like a Band-Aid because, yeah, okay, it's taking out the water, the contaminated water, but that's temporary. What you need is a permanent thing, you know what I mean, to take it out, like a water treatment plant to really treat that water. So, yeah, same thing, Camp Lejeune, okay, we fixed it, but look at all those people. And no money in the world is gonna, like, you can give me $1 billion, but if I'm only gonna live to 45, come on. I think health is worth more than wealth.
Oh, absolutely agree. Thank you so much, Leon. All this is just, it's amazing. And the work you're doing is great work. So thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and for all that you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. And I do see we have another guest joining us. I want to bring Mark in. Actually, we were talking about you already, Mark. I shared your background. We were talking about getting active, being busy, and moving. Here it is, Mark, and that Zoom background. As simple as it is to do what that is, it's not. He's literally every day of the year, he's taking the time to find all these pieces and share them with everyone. So, Mark, you're amazing, and we love you, and we're so glad you do what you do to keep us moving and keep us going. So, but that I promised Mary I was going to bring her back in to touch on what was being talked about with happiness, and I'm guessing that sparked a few things in your mind there, Mary. So do you want to come on back in and share some thoughts with us?
Okay, really quick, because I want to hear from Mark too. You know, every cell in your body is listening to you. And some people find that really weird and hard to believe, but every cell in your body is listening to your thoughts and your emotions. And the way I often describe it to people, it's like a little puppy dog who wants to please you. and it'll bend over backwards to do whatever it thinks is going to make you happy. And so the messages that you're putting out there in the universe, your body is listening to. And it's so important that those messages are about looking forward into the future and not back on what went wrong. Just focus on what's ahead of you, and find those things that are something really exciting that you can look forward to, or just something satisfying that you can look forward to. You know, like the sun is shining today and it's going to feel warm when I go outside. That's something really fun to look forward to, or just nice, you know. Don't think about the fact that you didn't sleep last night. That's in the past. Focus forward. Let your cells hear that message of life is worth living, and I've got some good things to look forward to. And your body is going to respond to that message. Every cell in your body is going to respond to that message of, yep, we got to keep healing and going forward because there's something good coming. So that's what I wanted to bring in. So
I want to share with you also too. I was an interpreter at the Unity Church of Hawaii, and I became a Reiki master with my deaf friend. So we use the affirmations of I am worthy, I am thankful, I am grateful. And you start using those and you feel more powerful. So I share that, and I am thankful. Thanksgiving is coming up in a couple of weeks. And there's Greta Gobble on the golf course, by the way. So there's another game for you, Derek and Curdy. And but yes, I am using the I am statements is uplifting. And Leon just left us too. And also we're going to be highlighting Dr. Emoto's water crystals of the love versus the hate in this next book, Cool Acts of Kindness. So when you put the words love around a water bottle, you'll see the water crystals be beautiful and crystallized. When you put the word hate around it, it gets a little ugly. So we want to use those words, and again, by using those words into your cells, you know, affirming that, we're going to be putting all that into the Acts of Kindness series as well. So thank you, Mary. Tell us a little bit about happiness. Derek was talking about happiness, and you wanted to share about happiness because we're all part of this Happy Neighborhood Project. That's how we all meet.
Yeah. No, happiness. Okay. So I have had people tell me that they don't believe in it, that they don't think it's possible. And, you know, that's really sad. And because you have to create it yourself. You can't wait for it to come to you. You have to create it. And that's what people maybe don't understand, is that you have to look around you and decide what is good in your life. I mean, everybody's heard about doing gratitude journals, right? I think even more important than that is to do a vision journal. Not so much of what you've got right now in your life, but what you're looking forward to, what you can see as a possibility. And that can, you know, even just if you have a bad day, if you can just focus on one thing that makes you feel a little bit better, like, okay, I'm able to walk right now, or I can breathe, or I was able to get out of bed this morning, and oh, I've got clean water to drink, or I open the refrigerator and there's food in there. Every single one of those things that you think about is going to raise your vibration. And you know that we're all electrical beings, right? Every body has enough electricity in it to light up the city of New York. That's been proven. So, you know, we're electrical beings. We're constantly putting out energy and receiving energy, and you just have to focus on what it is that you want to create. And happiness is up to you. It's not something that you wait for somebody to give you. It's something you create for yourself. So decide you're going to be happy. That's it. Just decide, right? And Marianne, I have to tell you, I was a cued speech interpreter for a couple of years at the high school level, and it's amazing. I have a special ed degree, and working with those kids was really awesome. So yeah, I love the gifts that they bring us. The kids who have profound hearing losses, they have such amazing gifts to share. So anyway, make yourself happy.
Hopefully we'll be seeing all the deaf community wearing those dome audios. So guess what? We're going to have more, and they're going to also need more speech therapy, which is going to be great. So again, we're going to be needing people of being of service in the future, such as sign language interpreters, speech pathologists, audiologists, nurses learning sign language. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a game changer. So I'd love to talk with you. I pushing my information there, Mary, and let's shift it over to Mark. Aloha, Mark.
Hey, Mark, welcome aboard. Want to come on in and say hi? Share who you are, and we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, I guess we first met through the Madison Spinal Cord Injury Group. I believe, well, Kurt was involved with adaptive water skiing. In fact, he brought it into his group and he presented it to Madison SCI. And I guess that's how we met. They came to a few meetings and we got to know them.
So I'd have to ask Kurt how far back that dates, because it has been a while. And now I have the pleasure of seeing Mark on a daily basis. So if you ever want to join us on 12 o'clock shakedown, we're always there. Kurt's there, Emily's there, and a bunch of others. So we have a lot of friends that come and go from the group. Just depends on availability, right? So we've talked about a lot of different things today. I just want to open it up again here. What's on the top of your minds? What do you have that Derek, I see you unmuted. Why don't you go ahead and start?
Well, I actually want to take us backward. I just
Sure.
go on what we've been talking about. So some of the research, and I'll throw his last name into the.
Oh, you muted it. There we go.
There's a professor by the name of Dr. Richard Boyatzis, and I've been fortunate enough to study under him. So when we think about, and Debbie mentioned, I also opened up a school, so a very small school because I had nothing better to do. And one of the things I teach, like when we're talking about happiness, education is a very weird system where we say, learn all this stuff, then we're going to give you this test to freak you out. Well, when we do that, it shuts down your brain. You basically go onto your limbic system, fight or flight, which is not necessarily bad. If you already know something, so think of driving, someone cuts you off, you could continue on driving. We know how to do that. But for learning, you have to be happy. You have to be in a positive mind space to actually acquire new information. And so when I do help out like university students, I make them laugh because I tell them, okay, before you sit down for this test, I want you to think of a childhood memory that just makes you happy. And I want you to think of a song, your favorite song, and go ahead and dance. So a lot of times in our university programs where I'm starting my doctorate, this professor will have us dance before class because it just gets the neural pathways in the right place to absorb information. So happiness does show that we can learn, where if we're stressed or not happy, we can't learn anything. And so be happy, dance, be ridiculous. Be like Emily.
Yeah.
Emily's always dancing. I'm just always looking over there. She's always just dancing around.
So I also wanted to share with you too, Mary. I was in an auto accident and lost some of my hearing and upper cervical tinnitus, ringing in the ears, especially vertigo. And when I went to Hawaii, I was fortunate because our sail captain was a retired chiropractor and he was married to an acupuncturist who taught at the clinic and actually gave me and my other people too, upper cervical. And I had met Dr. John Brink, who was a chiropractor who gave me a huge body massage. He was a human body mechanic. So he's in honor of him, Dr. Fingers. And I was introduced to Dr. Joe Brewer, who specializes in upper cervical. And so during the pandemic, I got my insurance to accept him, and I was able to get in, and he gave me this light tapping on my sides. He was not strong whatsoever as normal chiropractors, which has benefited me. I've seen several chiropractors, but I haven't had vertigo in a year. And being realigned, being just, it can, and I sat on my computer a month ago, just nonstop typing with this deep L and all this stuff. And I got a kink in my neck and my whole arm couldn't work. Okay. I was in pain. I couldn't sleep. Went to the chiropractor, boom, just had to get realigned. So a lot of just the same thing too, drinking clean water, getting realigned, getting your body moved, finding out really what the root of the source is, and you'll be much happier. So thank you, Dr. Joe Brewer, because I've been vertigo free, and it's amazing to share these stories. And a lot of veterans experience, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, which can be very debilitating, and it can affect your mental health. Isolation, where you can't hear you, and it's a challenge to go out to restaurants to eat because you hear the silverware cracking, or you hear music, or people are talking and you don't know what they're saying, and you feel a little bit left out. And I experienced it here in Mexico, not being fluent in Spanish. But I'm feeling more comfortable over here, meeting more Americans, knowing that I have insurance. The doctors over here are speaking bilingual, and sharing the stories with them too, of what I just shared with you as well. So again, we want to give out shout out to our veterans. There are mental health services around the world. There are insurance plans that can help you out to see the appropriate physicians, ear, nose, and throat doctors, speech therapy, and accessibility with wheelchairs, handicap vans, all these amazing things that can make your quality of life and to make you are happy. So I have to end it here. My battery is ending. I just want to say thank you for this amazing day today, Veterans Day, and I am happy. So that's Noah, the hard of hearing whale, and that's his name. Check it out, actsofkindnessseries.com. Donors choose. All teachers can get copies of my books. And look forward to speaking with you individually. Debbie, I want to find about your program too. I have an iPhone. I exercise, and it just died out on me. So someone's taking it to Tucson for me to get it fixed. So a lot of things to learn down here, being in a different country that you don't have. But it's been a really good learning experience. And again, thank you, World of Ability, for all of us around the world to come together, especially you, Leon, bringing these amazing filters. And I also learned, drinking water with cucumbers is very beneficial, and helps your skin glow and everything. So little things of knowledge here we all appreciate. So thank you so much. Adios, amigos and amiga. Mariana Waikiki, Mariana de Mexico.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We always appreciate hearing from you, hearing your stories, all that you bring here, all that you share. You're amazing, Marianne. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you next time. And actually, I know we're getting near the end of our crew here. I do want to take a moment to maybe just go around the room and find out from everyone, what's on the top of your mind? What are you thinking? We've talked about so many things here today, and it could be anything, whatever you have as a message you would like to share. I'm all ears, even if it's just again to do a thank you to the veterans. That's all good too. So I'm actually just going to go around my screen as you are. So if you're not ready, just say pass on, and it's all good. But first one on my screen is Derek. So if you want to come off mute there, and what's on your mind?
A sandwich right now. So
Now it's on my mind too.
But also, something that Marianne said about like reaching out into different organizations, whether you're a veteran or not, if you're just having a hard time, like we all are on these social media platforms, just say, hey, I'm having a rough day, and you're bound to find someone that says, do you want to talk? I'm on the social medias. If you're having a rough day, shoot out message and just say that you're having a rough day. And it's okay to have a rough day. It's okay. Love for everyone to be happy, but it's okay to have a rough day. And you are, just go ahead and shoot someone a message and say, do you have 5 minutes to listen to me?
I love that. You're absolutely right. How many of us have never had a rough day ever? We all have that happen. Reach out to somebody. You'd be surprised at how many people will be like, "Oh my gosh, yes, come, let's talk, let's go." So yeah, it's a matter of have the confidence to know that it's okay, and it is, and it will be, even if it doesn't feel like it right at this minute. It will be. You just gotta, you'll get there, and be that friend. Be there for them. I love that. Thank you so much, Derek. And Mary, you're next on my screen. I want to pass it over to you. It's your turn with the baton here. What's on your mind?
Well, again, thank you to the veterans. Of course, this is a great, there's so many. I'm just learning about all of this today, having talked with Kurt earlier, and I'm really grateful to have learned that there's so many things out there that we can get involved with. And I love the fact that that we can offer services, that we can be there for the vets if there's something that we can do, that we can help. So I'm glad to throw my hat in the ring and get to know some of you and get more involved in this organization. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary. I'm so glad you're here because yeah, you and Kurt met this morning, had a chance to connect, and here you are joining us today. And I appreciate that. That's absolutely fantastic. I love what you do. Thank you so much for being here with us. And next on my screen is Emily. So I want to ask you to come on in. And where are you at? What thoughts do you have right now?
Well, happy Veterans Day to everybody. Please help support our veterans. And I thought today was a great conversation. So I'm glad all of you joined us, and everybody's welcome back anytime. We're here every week, so same time, same place. Back to you, Sue.
All right. Thank you so much, Emily. Next up on my screen is Mark. So over to you, Mark, whatever's on your mind.
Well, I guess like everyone else, thanks and honor to all those who have served. And yeah, I guess it's always important to focus on the positive, as Mary brought up, and Leon, be thankful we have clean water to drink, and be thankful we're not in a third world country or a country being ravaged by war. A lot of areas in the world have it much worse off.
Awesome. And thank you, Mark. And yes, and I'm thankful for you with all that you've got on your screen there, with all that you do for us. You're a definite influence in my little corner of the world. So thank you so much. And next on my screen is Debbie. So over to you, Debbie. What's on your mind? Oh, and actually we got to unmute first. There we go.
Well, happy Veterans Day, and thank all the veterans for their service first and foremost, of course. And I would like to give a shout out to Emily. Emily has been helping me with various. I don't know what would they be classified as social media, Emily, with my social media presence. There, don't forget, I can always do it myself.
Yeah, actually, your sound is a little bit different than it was before. Your voice isn't coming through quite as well. I don't know if you can move your tablet over a little, if there's something that is causing some interference there, maybe. I'm not sure. It's different than
where half of my face isn't blacked out. I'm pet sitting, so I don't have the most optimum situation. Is that better?
A little, but it still has a little bit of crackliness going on there.
Okay.
So, because I know, yeah, because you were asking about, because Emily has been helping you with some social media pieces. Right. So, yeah, so she was saying she's thankful for Emily and what she's been doing.
Definitely.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. Well, and I'm going to keep working around the room here and bring Leon back in. Leon, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
I would just like to say to all the veterans, thank you for your service. And also, working together works. And let's all just keep working together to make, this a beautiful and wonderful world.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know that's one thing that that Brian Gibson with Project Die Hard talks about is teamwork makes the dream work. And that is true. There's so many things as we can combine our efforts, we can grow things exponentially. It takes doing things alone is hard. Doing things with others makes it so much better on so many different levels. Even when you're talking about the fun side of it, being able to connect with others and do things together really does help in so many ways. And I know one person that's here that hasn't had a chance to say anything yet is Kurt. He's been in the background doing all sorts of wonderful things. He is in here. If you haven't seen the chat, pay
We
attention
like
to
them
that.
like that, though.
Go. Oh yeah. He has shared all the links, all the different places this has been shared out. So make sure to save your chat for those of you who are here, and all the ways you can reach back and share out what we've done here, so that more can enjoy all the pieces that have been shared in here. But Kurt, I'm going to give you a chance to have the last word. So over to you. Uh-oh. No pressure.
Wow, the last word. Well, in previous Showtime, I've talked about, kind of where are we at on our capacity to let others serve us. So I want to build upon that to say, okay, it's pretty good chances that everybody on planet Earth, 8 billion people have, their capacity to serve others and what they feel is their self-worth, in group settings, to their family, to their loved ones, and so forth. So to me, that there's an interchange between that. There's a balance. There's an ebb and a flow, a back and a forth, an interdependence, a coordination, communication, and how we all do this together. And being in disability services and being in disability, learning in the last decade that, wow, I can actually come forward and say, I am Kurt William Roskoff, and I am a disability ally. And then now being empowered to come into this capacity, which serves me greatly. And I can check in with the community of people with disabilities to say, how am I doing, playing a role in life and influencing and making myself available for how our communities, how our regions, how our nations, how our continents, and how the entire planet can be better under the terms of people with disabilities. There's an understanding that we come to together. And so being in business networking and in personal professional developments, with all of this live streaming out there, there's a lot of messages being shared. There's a flurry of it out there. So what is the collective wisdom and how is it usable to us? It starts with one person with another, discernment to reflect upon how we are doing with any other person in our life. And to me, in the last decade, like Mark has said, to be able to have the honor to come before, the National Spinal Cord Injury Association Madison chapter, and to come into that group and to have a captive audience to say, you're a ski bum and you've got something for us? What you got there, Kurt? And then they allowed me to explain adaptive water ski, and then come to find out through the MS Society and through Madison Friends that we have another friend who is actually involved already with another adaptive ski school, and so on and so forth. And to just see how that small world effect sets in. And there there's a lot written and a lot documented, things in movies about the power of one. But anytime you clue in and you see how did that one get it done, I feel that all of us, with whatever we do and whatever our contribution is, we're fueled by things coming from us in different directions. And so leadership and championship and accomplishment and everything we bring forward is an art form by every person that has these stories to share, can go on stages and share their message. It comes from, I was talking to Mary about this earlier. I do believe that in how we're formed by atoms, the neutron, the proton, the electron, it is all that energy. And so a lot of us think of this through our soul. How do we make our bodies are our temple, right? So work of the world can be done through us. And how do we make ourselves available for that and take care of ourselves? Because the challenges we have within our body and ourselves limits what we can do. So we raise our potential and then we get kinetic and we apply that energy, and we're bombarded by a lot of people. So we have to make these decisions. So again, that service to each other, to keep on learning. Oh my goodness. Yes, I've been sitting here listening the last couple hours. It is profound what is represented in this very conversation. And then to think of, the role of governance and playing by the rules, to play by the rules of the IRS, the tax code, and things like this, and civic duty. Yes, I am very grateful. I'm appreciative to every veteran, out there. And we connected, other than Mark, mostly through the business community. Those business connections brought us together. So we can ask ourselves, how are we building this scope of being an impactful business, to be a socially responsible business? I need that for the work I'm trying to do, building an integrated, inclusive world, that there's inclusive hiring, that business people are adopting assistive technology and everything that we know is available through the disability networks. And then, like Sue brought it up before, what's fun gets done. We told our water skiing story. There's thousands of things that people could be doing with their recreation, entertainment, stage performances, music performances, all of this stuff. So I ask people to check in. Where are people with disabilities as we are enjoying this fun? That's what I want to lay on the consciousness of 8 billion people, largely 6 billion people. I give credit to 2 billion people for being who's out there to teach me more how I can be a better disability ally. And I have asked in other shows before, what have you done? What are you doing now? And what will you be doing with a person with a disability today? The lives of people with disabilities are every day. Do we make ourselves available to people with disabilities every day? Because until we do it, being people that don't have a disability, or just obviously people with disabilities do a lot of stuff together. So this relationship functionally being in the community, people with disabilities and people that don't, this is a big area I see that we all can heal from what's in our genetic memory, what's in our culture and our customs. And I'm here to make a disturbance, to say, let's shift greatly. Let's make a quantum leap. Like Sue and I went out there and we helped Wisconsin more than sextuple the access to the sport of water skiing in 6 years. It's that type of quantum leap that I'm going for. And with that, Sue, I'm going to leap back to you. Where do we go from here?
Awesome. Well, again, I have to give my profound gratitude to all of you joining us here today. This has been an amazing conversation. I have absolutely loved every moment of this. As Mary, as you were saying before about how to remember to be looking forward and keep that sight forward of the things to look forward to. I do look forward to all the next things that we get to do together. I look forward to being here next week again, same time, same place. We will be here. There's going to be a lot more good things to talk about. I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. And again, thank you so much on this Veterans Day for all that the veterans have done, that are currently serving, those that have served. We appreciate you so much. And until next